Karen Lesh, and this is my presentation on 8 ways to get a difficult conversation back on track by Monique Valcour on Harvard Business Review. This article discusses, despite our best efforts, oftentimes difficult conversations can veer into a hostile environment. This can cause frustration, resentment, and feeling like the conversation was not worth the time or effort. In this article, the author uses David as an example. David had recently stepped into a leadership role and was frustrated when he saw that no one was willing to step up and take a key role in the project. When he had a difficult conversation with his coworker, it led into an argument and nothing got resolved. David realized that his inability to have an open conversation made it impossible to lead change. To be more effective, David practiced 8 steps to get his conversations back on track and to make progress. Step number 1, shift the relationship from opposing to partnership. In the middle of a difficult conversation, reposition yourself both mentally and physically so that you are both focused on the same problem. Do not approach the conversation with a frontal assault because you'll get a warm welcome if you just knock politely. Step number 2, reframe your purpose from convincing to learning. When we try to get someone to see things our way, they're more likely to resist. This often leads to arguing, and arguing prevents us from learning. We can simply not solve the problem unless we are learning the other person's view or opinion. Learning the other person's view can help us gain insight and help move the conversation forward. Step 3, verbalize your intentions. In order to have a productive conversation, transparency is key. Tell your partner your view and what you would like to achieve with this conversation. Then ask them what they would like to accomplish as well. 4, avoid assumptions. If a difficult conversation has occurred, ask what went wrong. Oftentimes, we assume the other person's intentions and what's going on in their mind. This can make us closed-minded. Assumptions prevent us from the effectiveness of understanding the difficult conversation. Step 5, examine the other person's perspective with openness and curiosity. To understand another person's perspective, turn on your curiosity and turn off your defensiveness. This will allow you to ask open-ended questions which can lead to a progressive and productive conversation. Step 6, acknowledge your part. Always try to identify what you did wrong in the conversation. It can be easier to identify what the other person did wrong, but acknowledging your own faults shows you're taking responsibility. This can encourage others to do the same. Step 7, learn your A, B, C's, and D's. This stands for avoid blame, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Avoid contempt. This can lead to showing you're disrespectful, causing resentment, and making others put up a defensive shield. The most common type of contempt is rolling your eyes or sarcasm. Defensiveness. This shows that you are refusing to take accountability for your own actions. Defending your approach oftentimes blocks others. This will show you are closed-minded, and this will prevent progress. Stonewalling. This can take form in many different ways, such as being passive, avoiding certain topics, withholding information, and just not contributing to a conversation. It is normal to be uncomfortable during a difficult conversation, but just remember, the key to having a productive conversation is to have openness and curiosity. Step 8, seek input to problem solving. Most people find it difficult to receive feedback and often tend to reject the information and not learn from it. In a conversation, stop digging up the past and focus on what you want to achieve now and in the future. Ask the other person for their suggestions, that way you can learn and move forward. How using these verbal judo tools benefit the situation. These steps show you are able to use empathy. You are able to take a step back and learn and understand the other person's perspective. This shows that you are validating their feelings and perspective. This can reduce tension and build trust. In conclusion, using all 8 of these steps can improve your ability to have a productive conversation and to know how to get a difficult conversation back on track. My questions for the class are there any additional steps that should be added? What was the most useful takeaway from this presentation? And lastly, do you think this article improved your understanding of how to prevent a difficult conversation and how to get it back on track?